Hey everybody, Norm over here. We're back at the store. I wanted to thank Ion LA. They did a beautiful job, Tina and the rest of the crew, the camera crew, and the editing was terrific. It's Ion LA. It's Channel 7 ABC. It's a show that kind of is the best of LA businesses, and they did a really nice spotlight on us, and I can't thank them enough. And by the way, what we did was we've been selling a lot of stuff over the holidays, so I went over to my warehouse and I pulled some stuff out. Some of the stuff was stuff that was moved over there when we did our remodel. But as you can see, we just pulled out about 70 guitars or so in cases. Some of it is rock memorabilia. Some of it is really cool arch tops and flat tops, and some really nice Fenders. So that's what's in these cases. We got to reopen it, inventory, do all that kind of stuff.
Well, let's do a little tour, starting over here in the rigs.
So just so you guys see, we have a lot of stuff that's very inexpensive. That's just good quality student and beginner guitars. There's a number of cool arch tops and some solid bodies that are very reasonably priced, some Mexican Fenders, some inexpensive Squires. So there's a lot of stuff for everybody, and the thing about it is the stuff we have plays. It's not like junk stuff that is inexpensive for a reason. This stuff people could go out and gig with. There's a lot of Dan Electros and just all kinds of other stuff kind of mixed in. And as you can see, there's some amps over here, and then there's some amps over this way. If you go in this direction here, there's a number of amps. We always have a space problem. As big a space as we have, there's always more that we need. There's kind of a bass section over here, and we have some very high-end basses that are not showing. And then as we go along, a lot of mid-priced, cool electrics, a lot of PRS guitars over here. Other stuff that's different brands. There's a Wolfgang and, some Ibanez guitars and a Mineric over here. And there's James Tressart. And then as we get along the top row, and we've got the Fireglow Rickenbackers, the Jet Glow Rickenbackers, Maple Glow Rickenbackers. There's a lot of other kind of odd stuff, and then we have a lot of Gretsch guitars, different eras. There's a couple Guilds, Mosrite bass over there, and a few Jacksons over this way. And so there's a bunch of amps in this direction. And as people know who know the store, not everything's here, not everything's out. So we do show people on appointment. So as we go through some of the stuff, these are a lot of very nice Les Pauls, Les Paul Juniors, early Epiphones, kind of mixed in vintage, used, new. Here's a tremendous amount of like R8s, R9s, and 60 Les Paul reissues, some 335s and 330s. There's a 345 and 355. As you go through, there's the smaller one like the 339s. There's a couple of those. And up on top, there's some of these odd-shaped guitars: Firebirds, Flying V's, Explorers. And then as we get into this area, there's a lot of Fenders. So there's some Jazzmasters, Jaguars, vintage ones, reissues, all the mix, Strats, from, this is a 58. There's a lot of 70s Strats. We've got a lot of other Strats in the back, some Tellys, a lot of custom shop Fenders along the way here. Nice assortment of some cool stuff. And then as we get in this area, it's mostly used Fenders, and used and new American Fenders, reasonably priced. Here's some arch tops. We're about to put a lot more out. And a few things over in that direction. Very cool, real early Hofner guitar, and he has 225 and 143/4. Beautiful blonde Super 400 CES 62. This is the one that Ray Parker was playing the other day. Beautiful L5 blonde cutaway, ES5 175. But as you go in this area here, there's also quite a few lefty guitars that we have as well. If you're left-handed, like I am, but I learned to play righty because I couldn't find anything when I was young. So just a nice variety of stuff. We have a few of our Resonator guitars right down in this area. Nationals and of different eras. Some banjos, mandolins, ukes, some more arch tops and unusual flat tops. There's some Guild and Taylor flat tops as you go along. Up on top there, as you start moving in this direction, it's Gibson and Epiphone, but the vintage ones, American ones from the 60s and 50s and before, all along this line. These are some beautiful Epiphone Frontiers, kind of their equivalent to a Dove with the fancy cowboy motif. That's a Texan, actually a few Texans there, Century of Progress. As we go down in this direction, these are mostly like J45s, J50s, country westerns, southern jumbos, advanced jumbo. This is an L1 flat top, some Kalamazoos, some reissue stuff, J160E, very nice Hummingbird from 68, I believe. 68, yeah. And some 50s, J50s, some small body like Epiphones and Gibsons, LG1s, the Epiphone Cortez. And then, there's some inexpensive guitars in this direction over here. A number of things that are, good beginner quality guitars, some Hofners and Epiphones and things like that. And over here, it's mostly Martin flat tops. And some more over here. And as I say, there's a lot of other stuff in the back and in our warehouse that we show by appointment. So we've got our repair shop in that direction. We've got Joel doing our guitars. John does our amps and some of our guitars. We've got lessons next door over there with Sal, Lori, and Bray. We've got a really good lesson program. So I hope that you guys stop by and visit. I want to thank again Ion LA for doing a great job on the store. And we've been very, very lucky. I got to count our blessings. And want to thank all our customers and our friends for so many years. And thank you guys for watching our videos. And I can't thank you enough. I hope you all have a wonderful, happy holiday, happy and healthy, and hope to see you New Year and actually maybe even before.
Oh, when we will be closing, let all the people know.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be closing between Christmas and New Year's. So we're going to be open till the 24th, midday, maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock on the 24th. Then we're closing between Christmas and New Year's like we do every year, and then reopening again January 2nd. So, we don't want to miss anybody. And you could email Mark if you want anything by appointment while we're away, because some of us will be in town. So if you email Mark, M-A-R-K, Agnesi, A-G-N-E-S-I, M-A-R-K-A-G-N-E-S-I at hotmail.com. We can make an appointment if it's between Christmas and New Year's. If it's something that you're really interested in, we'll be happy to show you. And if you got something for sale, we're in need of buying more stuff. Not really, but we always are in need of buying stuff. And so please have a happy and healthy holiday and come see us at Norm's Rare Guitars.